Hi, everyone. My name is Ann Riley Huber with Elohi Strategic Advisors, and today I'm joined by Brad Sherman with Sysco. Brad, would you first tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and your background?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me in. So I'm Brad Sherman, been with Cisco a little over 9.5 years, leading the marketplace team and kind of the recruiting and operations side. Been doing this for about a year and a half on this side. And then prior to this was the director of market response, so sales development for the US and Canada.
Fantastic. So let's just jump right in. Recognize the big picture. What's the overall value for brands that participate in Sysco's dropship program?
Well, I'll say just kind of a brief overview of Marketplace. So we really launched this about a year and a half ago, like I mentioned. And really the idea was how do we introduce new brands and unique products to our customer base across the US who normally wouldn't have access to some of these products, right? So the value is really having access to a large customer base across the continental US and being able to expand those product catalogs and have visibility where sometimes they might not normally otherwise have that product available to them.
That makes sense and is fantastic that y'all have broadened the scope into this. A question most people are eager to have answered is, does enrolling in a dropship program automatically give a brand access to Sysco's broader distribution network?
Yeah, probably the number one question that I get all the time, right? Obviously it makes sense. So it doesn't automatically give customers access to this or brands access to the distribution network or kind of our traditional model within the warehouses, but it could be a good proving ground, right? So really to understand where some products have more velocity over others, maybe it's a certain product in a certain city, or whether maybe that could be across a certain customer segment, right? Or a type of customer where it's a healthcare versus restaurant versus hospitality or something like that, right? So it really gives the opportunity for a brand to list their full catalog, and instead of having maybe just one product available at a certain operating site.
That's awesome. So once a brand is set up in the program, what happens next? What should they expect operationally? How can they be involved?
Yeah, so once everything is done, they're kind of completed their onboarding activities. Our team will pick that up from there and run a pretty comprehensive review process, which we essentially look at: are there any existing exact matches on the platform? Are there any highly similar products on the platform? So we're not fully competing against themselves, maybe from another provider, or against something that's highly similar. Once all that kind of checks out and everything is approved to move forward, we will reach back out to let them know that we'll publish their products across the continental US, and they will now be able to receive their first order. So from there, we'll send them a notification once that order comes through, and they'll pick that up on their side and kind of run their normal operations internally.
Okay, fantastic. So are there any marketing programs or promotional opportunities within Sysco that brands can leverage for their product?
Yeah, we do have a few. So today we're kind of working on targeted email marketing. We have some digital banners that run throughout our shopping platforms, but really that's something we're evolving today. So we're kind of building those programs out to really focus and fine tune some of those opportunities, to kind of better match and target some of the products, the brands, and then of course the target markets that we're trying to reach.
So with this, what else can brands actively do to support their product and drive success in this dropship program?
Yeah, I'd say on the brand side, the best way to do it is, and we get these questions all the time, right? It's, I'm already working with Cisco. Are you guys with Cisco? Can I order from them directly so I don't have to use multiple vendors and set up different things inside of our operations? So I'd say the best thing to do is they can notify those customers or potential customers that they are with Cisco. Um, we'll send them the SUPC so they can directly find those products right there on our shopping platform. They're also free to notify through their social channels as long as they don't tag Cisco back or link Cisco, but they can certainly notify their customers and prospects that they are on the network.
So does participating in this program affect the manufacturer's pricing architecture or strategy?
It shouldn't. If anything, it could help a little bit, right? So there's not additional cost and kind of uncertainties on if I'm going to be keeping products at the warehouse, if it's not moving fast enough, are there certain SLAs to achieve? So since we're not touching any inventory in this program, they can hold everything in their warehouse, and there's a commission. It's a commission-based model. They add the shipping on, the customer pays for all of that, and then from there they have full control over it.
Which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
I do want to hear from you a success story of brands that have really made this dropship program work for them.
Yeah, so I won't give any specific brands, but I can tell you that we have multiple, hundreds of brands, all over the place that have had some really great success stories across multiple categories, including frozen, because I know that's the biggest one because it's heavy for shipping. There's some cold packs and styrofoam coolers, so we have many brands that have shipped frozen across the country. Some are just doing kind of a regionally based program. Some of these guys are seeing, sales on day one within 24 hours after going live, and we have quite a few that have, seen sustained success month over month. And I'll also say that, to your question earlier, we have had a few that have gone into the warehouses from there, so there could be some opportunities based on the velocity and volume and frequency of those products moving. There could be some opportunity there, and we have seen that early on.
Okay, so not that it's promised, but it is possible.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. If you were advising a brand that's considering this program, what's the single most important thing that they should focus on to succeed, in your opinion?
I'd probably say operational readiness, just making sure, ensuring that all their internal capabilities are fully optimized, including their inventory, their availability, their fulfillment operations. We always work with brands, and sometimes they're so quick and eager to get on, which is totally understandable, that they forget some of the operational pieces of it, right? So we certainly don't want to have any canceled orders or returns, things like that. So we want to make sure that they're fully ready to go, whether that's internally or with an outside 3PL that can pick, pack, and ship on their behalf. But I'd say that's the biggest thing, is really that operational readiness.
Absolutely. We always say that, Elohi, slow down to go fast.
Right.
You got to be
That's
ready.
exactly right.
Got to be ready. So finally, I just want people to know how to find you. Can they connect with you on LinkedIn?
Absolutely. Yeah, they can connect with us, connect with me on LinkedIn. They can find us at marketplace@sysco.com. That's our direct for our team. So happy to talk to any brands that come our way and see if this is a good fit.
Absolutely. And you'll definitely be back with us. But thank you so much today for this overview of the dropship program.
Yeah, thank you so much for the time. Glad to be here.